Hello, everybody. Top Fan Reverie family. It's your boy Bill here, live tonight. A little Friday Night Lights going on here. We may have some guests join us. We may not. We don't know. It's Friday. We got a bunch of invites out there. I wanted to come on specifically and talk about the MLB Awards this last week and a half. I'm sorry, it's been a little bit longer than that. So yeah, so MLB Awards officially, we're gonna go through this a bit tonight. Just whether it's you and I just sitting there, or whether or not we have looks like we have one person coming in onto the stage
Can't wait to see the look on her face when I
here,
give it.
and that is our good friend Mikey. But like I said, whoever joins us tonight, we got about a half a dozen invites out there. So it's Friday night, right? What better place to spend Friday night than with Mikey and Bill? Just straight out and straight up. That's how it works, right, Mikey?
Can you see me?
I cannot see you, but I can hear you.
Okay, that's probably for the best because I'm just kind of laying here.
that's that's fine. Mikey is just laying there, right? It's for the best. Anyways, oh, there you go. There. Wait, Mikey's upside down and laying down right there. So,
Yeah, I'm on my side, so yes.
um,
Is it just me and you?
anyways, MLB Awards, Mikey. It's just us so far. So we're gonna wait and see. It's kind of an open invitation. We got about, like I said, about a dozen invites out there. So we'll see who ends up showing up tonight. So you and I, Mikey, let's talk real quick on this. Are you surprised Shohei Ohtani gets ununanimous MVP?
Being a Dodgers fan, I'm not just saying this because I'm a Dodgers fan. He absolutely deserved to be a unanimous choice for the MVP. Offensively, pitching, you add it all together, and he's the total package, so he deserved it.
He is the total package. What made him stand out to you this year? Because you had guys like Kyle Schwarber who were close, right, in doing some things stats wise. What really made Shohei stand out to you? I know you're a Dodger fan, so am I, and I agree with the decision. But what made it stand out to you?
Well, the fact that he's a dual threat, pitching wise as well. So, hitting wise, they were fairly comparable. What Shohei probably had him by 25 or so points batting average wise, something like that.
Yeah, Schwarber was actually 42. Schwarber was at 240. Shohei was at 282.
Yeah, so you give it to him there. Power numbers, home runs. Schwarber got him by 1.
Slug, yeah. Slug, OPS, all of the same.
Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, then you factor in the pitching as well, and there you have it. He's a unicorn.
Yep. The TFR kitty cat wants to be live with us too. This is Gracie, everybody. She thinks that it's her time to shine since I'm up here. She's gonna walk right by. I agree. When you look at all the numbers, specifically all the numbers that they would gauge on, just even on the offensive production, runs, Shohei outdoes by 35. Hits, he outdoes Schwarber. Doubles, outdoes him. Triples, home runs was the only one. Home runs and RBIs. So Schwarber had 30 more RBIs than Shohei.
Yeah, and what Schwarber was a 2-3 hitter. Shohei batted leadoff, so a lot of his RBIs he honestly drove in himself. I don't know even how many leadoff homers he hit to start a game this season, but I'd say he hit no less than at least 6 homers to start a game.
Yeah.
talk about getting off on the right foot there. So I would expect Schwarber to have more RBIs, because he's coming up generally with more people on base, generally in the first inning anyway. So
correct.
That's to be expected. Walks, I'm sure. Schwarber's, had a good eye too. What was the walks?
Schwarber, let me go back to it, but Schwarber, let's see here, Schwarbaum, as they like to call him, he had 108 walks. Shohei had 109.
I mean, so pretty comparable there too. I mean, so you gotta go with I don't know. In most of those categories, Ohtani beat him, and then to put on top of it, he pitches. He's a starting pitcher. That catapults him huge because Schwarber doesn't even really play the field unless it's an absolute emergency. So he's just a designated hitter. That's it. So. And that's not to say he didn't have a great year. I mean, guys throughout years have had, fantastic seasons and didn't get MVPs. So to lose to someone like Shohei Ohtani like that, he shouldn't be ashamed. That's for sure.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. If you go into the American League, Mike, and I know that you are Dodgers and you bleed blue, and as do I. You just kind of bleed blue all the way through. But you go to the American League, I thought this was interesting. So Judge, Cal Riley, right? So Judge gets 17 first place votes, 13 second place votes. Cal Riley flip-flops that. He's got 13 first place votes, 17 second place votes. Ramirez has 19 third place votes. Bobby Witt Jr. has 9, and Tariq Skubal actually had 1, which is amazing. So you and I were talking about this offline before. I mean, it was an incredibly close race. But when you look at their numbers, you look at the offensive category numbers, Judge pretty much leads in all but Kyle Schwarber actually played 7 more games than Judge, had a few more plate appearances, obviously more home runs, more RBIs, and actually more stolen bases. Everything else, Aaron Judge took the cake. Does it surprise you that Aaron wins the MVP?
No. How many homers did Cal Raleigh wind up with? 60? And what was Judge's?
53.
So I mean, that's 7. That's not like a landslide home run advantage. But when you look at batting average wise, that's a landslide. That one's pretty telling to me. And like you said, did you say Cal Raleigh played more games than Judge? Because Judge was hurt.
He played 7 more games than Judge did, yeah.
And he was hurt for a while. So I told you this before. I think Aaron Judge deserved it. But what Cal Raleigh did as a catcher, from both sides of the plate, if he would have won it, I wouldn't have been like, that's egregious by any means. But I think Judge deserved it. But what an amazing year for Cal Raleigh for sure.
Mike, you came in at the perfect timing, my friend. So this is Mike over at Heads Up Sports Cards. If you recognize him, it's because we do box breaks just about every other week together. This dude is on a scale of 1 to 10. This guy, like Mikey, is at least a 12. Maybe a 13. He's wearing America's team's hat tonight.
That's right. I was going to say I wore the right hat for this crew.
There you go. So Mike, you're jumping in. We just talked about were we surprised that Shohei won the MVP and it was ununanimous? I don't think anybody was. I don't think anybody was surprised about that. Were you?
Not at all. Nope. I mean, it's clear that Shohei Ohtani is just like a once in a lifetime kind of player.
That's a once in a lifetime talent. That's for doggone sure.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, you can't even say he's a generational talent because he's like beyond a generational talent. You know.
Correct. So then we started talking about Aaron Judge, and you being a Red Sox fan. So Cal Riley, you and I talked about this offline last night, but Cal Riley gets 13 first place votes and 17 second place votes, and it flip-flops for Aaron Judge. He gets 17 and 13. Looking at the numbers, if you look at the numbers, Cal Riley played 7 more games. Believe it or not, Cal Riley actually had 55 more at-bats than Aaron Judge, but that's partially, you're walking Aaron Judge, right?
Sure.
Aaron Judge had 124 walks to Cal Riley's 17 or to 97. The statistic that shocks me the most is Cal Riley had 14 stolen bases and Aaron Judge only had 12. But Aaron Judge is 331 batting average to 247. Cal Riley OPS 1.145 up to 948 for Cal. Any shocks to you, or
like we were talking about last night,
where do you put this? Break it down.
Right. So like we were talking about last night, when we chatted, like the eye test tells you that Cal Raleigh should have been the MVP, but when you look at the numbers and you break it down, and you sent me over the side by side statistics.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it probably should have been judged the way that, if you're judging it based solely off of that. That being said, like to count, like Shohei Ohtani does things that no other player does, pitches and hits and does both dominantly. So like that should be the most valuable player. Aaron Judge, on the other hand, just does what Aaron Judge is supposed to do, which is go out there, make contact, hit the ball. He plays in a bandbox. Safeco is a much larger field comparatively. But the biggest thing for me is that, like, where would the Mariners have been without Cal Raleigh this season, and where would the Yankees have been without Aaron Judge? That to me is what creates a valuable player.
Okay. And so are you making the argument, now I already know the answer to this, but the rest of the group doesn't, are you making the argument that Cal Riley's the MVP because maybe the Mariners don't make the playoffs?
Yes. Yeah. I mean that would be the argument, is that the Mariners would be fighting for a playoff spot, not within one out of the World Series, without Cal Raleigh, where the Yankees are probably end up in the same spot that they did with Aaron Judge, with or without Aaron Judge.
I agree with that. Mikey, do you agree with that same thing?
For the most part, but man, after the All-Star break, man, the Mariners sure went all in and got some good players. Added some more pop on their team.
Cal Raleigh away from his performance, though.
Yeah, no, what Cal Raleigh did this year was phenomenal for a premium position like catcher. The pop from both sides of the plate. It is what it is, but
it could have gone either way, and it went the popular way, which is fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got the side by side thing that you got, and if you're going solely on numbers, you got to give it to Judge.
Sure,
if you try and add in like the stuff that you're mentioning, and would it take him out of the lineup, and blah blah blah. You make a case for Cal Raleigh like that, yes, for sure. But if you're just going off of numbers, they got it right.
Yep, definitely, and that's probably the path of least resistance for the voters on that. Is that you say, hey, look at the numbers. The numbers speak for themselves. And, you can justify your vote 100% by just saying that. You don't have to defend it. You just say, hey, look at the numbers. That's how I voted. Aaron Judge was better in the majority of offensive categories this season. He should be he should be the MVP. But
yeah,
I do think that MVP goes beyond the numbers.
I to a certain extent, I agree with that for sure too. Yeah.
Yeah, and where do we get where do we get those that, like, why can't we get those at those that vote? Why can't we get them to consider that? I don't know what the deal is, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could go all the way back to 1988 when Kirk Gibson won MVP. Man, he didn't have the best numbers, but I think they went with a lot of the outside stuff that he brought to the team, the leadership,
the intangibles,
all of it. Yeah. So, I mean, you could have very easily done the same thing for Cal Raleigh. But it didn't. So I don't have a dog in that fight. So I think it would have been an awesome story if Cal Raleigh had won it, because I'm not saying this is like, I don't think he will sniff 60 homers again. I think he's
Probably
a 35, 40 home run guy for a couple more years. He's 28, so catching does take a toll.
I mean, he had a career season.
Yeah.
And
So
he should have been
why
rewarded. He should have been rewarded for that.
I think they should have taken some of that into, and maybe
We'll
some of
see
those
Aaron
voters
Judge
did.
in this position again. We'll see Aaron
Yeah.
Judge in the same position again. So
Yeah. Maybe he did get a lot of votes though, so maybe some of the voters did take that into account.
Sure. I'm sure that there were. I'm sure that
Yeah.
there were voters that did. I think that there's a little chicanery with the people at Fanatics who own Topps baseball cards and that whole side of the sports world. Now, Mikey, you might not know this, but every year for the past couple of years since Fanatics took over Topps, and this is where I'll promote Heads Up Sports Cards a little bit and my baseball knowledge and why you should come break with Bill and I and open baseball cards with us. Everybody, not specifically to you, Mikey. But for the past couple of years, Topps has been doing an MVP buyback program where they offer store credit for people to use more to turn in cards of the player who wins MVP for store credit across the country. Right now, Fanatics omitted Cal Raleigh from the set that is eligible for that buyback. So I don't think Topps and Fanatics wanted egg on their face and had to do a lot of whole backtracking to figure out what to do if Cal Raleigh had won MVP.
That's a sad thing too. If that has any merit to it,
I honestly I don't I really don't think that it does. But I just
if there is some kind of chicanery, as you would say, like that's embarrassing for baseball.
Yeah. Mikey, you got you're putting conspiracy theories together and the magic.
that's just like that's just fan fiction there. That's not.
Hey, this is no holds barred Friday night talk. We just
that's right.
100% Friday Night Lights. So Mike, it's funny that you brought that up because Chad, who you know very well, and
sure, yep.
And so Chad and I was delivering him some cards This is probably, oh gosh, 2 months ago, maybe 2.5 months ago. And he's like, hey, do you want to grab a burger or something like that? I said, sure, no problem. So we went to this place where, we always go. And then right down the street was a Target. So we stopped at Target. We got the Topps Chrome, right? And I pulled an Aaron Judge, and he goes, take good care of that, because there's a buyback there if he wins MVP. And at the time, Aaron had just kind of come off. I want to say maybe he came off the IL, and I thought, oh, Cal's got this wrapped up, but whatever, right? And so now I'm gonna take it to my local sports card place and say, give me my 30 bones.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I should get back into baseball card. I have hundreds of thousands, but they're from the late 60s through I stopped in about 1995.
I'll take all your Nolan Ryans.
That's good.
So, Mikey, anything? Not to completely take us off the rails, but
You're
anything from those 60s through the 70s into the early 80s are going to be okay for your basically for anybody. Once you get into the mid 80s, that becomes what they call the junk wax era now. So it's a lot of overproduced stuff, not a lot of pizzazz, so to speak. So you'll be looking for your big Hall of Fame rookies in those cards, and then your Hall of Famers, Ripken, Ryan, guys, Maddox, guys like that. Other than that, unfortunately, those cards from about 80, 85 up are not worth much.
Yeah. The funny thing is especially when I was a kid with them and my uncles gave me all of their stuff, I played with them. I
put them in your
teams. I did everything you could do with baseball cards. I have no mint condition cards.
That's all right. The vintage cards the vintage cards don't need to be in mint condition to hold value. They just have to be.
Yeah, my favorite cards were probably from so I was born in 69, but from 65 to 75 are my favorite cards in that era right there. I just I loved everything about the look of them, and the 1970s, the 1971 from Topps always reminded me of one of those cameras you took a Polaroid and it came out the other end. Those had that look.
Yes.
Yeah, I always liked those. But yeah, I haven't collected in so long. My uncles used to give me the for Christmas sets, and if I would have known now what I knew then, I wouldn't play with them.
I'm exactly right there with you. If I knew then what I know now.
Yeah, I mean, of course I wouldn't, but I didn't, and I did play with them. So I'm not one of those idiots that would put them in my spoke tires or anything like that. But you flip them, you play with your friends with them, you trade, you just,
for sure.
Rubber bands around them, things like that. Yeah.
Oh, evil rubber bands.
Nothing that anybody ever was like, "Ooh, don't do that. Don't do that. Save it." But I will say this: since you're talking baseball cards, I'm a bobblehead guy.
All right.
And I have almost all the bobbleheads from the last I don't know how many years.
And that's awesome.
Every MVP that Shohei gets, I have 5 different Shoheis now of the Dodgers already, and 4. He's had 4 or 5. I don't know. I have 4 of them. And every MVP he gets, if I can keep these things, they're in their boxes and everything else.
Oh, yeah.
Later down the line, they're probably going to be worth quite a bit because I know you could sell them on eBay now for quite a chunk of change. So
I got my Billy Wagner bobblehead over here. That's one of a few that I have.
Hall of Fame awards.
That's right. He's a Hall of Famer though. So there we go.
I have 207.
Whew. I have 2.
So Mike said something a couple of seconds ago, and I don't know if you see it on the bottom, but for those of you that are watching it live right now and or are going to come back and watch this, down at the bottom you'll see a thing that says follow. Heads Up Sports Cards on Facebook and Instagram, and also Mikey Bleeds Blue on Instagram. These guys are great when it comes to the sports card hobby. They're great when it comes to talking Dodger baseball. Mike and I do a show called Unraveling Baseball. We do it every couple of weeks. We're actually due
I'll
for another
follow you
show.
after this, Mike,
And
if I'm
and
not already.
yeah, and so just make sure that you're doing that, because this community, this Top Fan Rivalry community, is bigger than just one sport or one team. We love them all, as you can tell. So
That's right. Our conversations normally digress, which is why we had to go from unraveling the Red Sox to just unraveling baseball, because we would rarely just talk about the Red Sox.
it's like 15 minutes of Red Sox talking, 25, 30 minutes of talking
Bill
random
and
So
stuff.
let me ask you this, Mike. What did you think about Dodger fan wise, when Walker Buehler walked away at the end of the year, and then signed with the Red Sox? I was okay with it as a Dodger fan, but a lot of people freaked out.
Sure. I mean, as a Red Sox fan, I was excited to welcome him on, and then my fantasy team suffered all year. As I said, he's gotta figure it out this start. He's gotta figure it out this start. So I was very, very happy to see him head south to Sam's territory into Philly.
So
And then,
what do you guys think for him? What do you see for Walker Buehler?
I mean, I don't really know what's going to happen with him now. I mean, he's a free agent, right? He signed a 1-year deal with the Red Sox, and the Phillies
He'd
picked
be a
up the
free
rest
agent.
of his. The Phillies picked up the rest of his deal. I mean, I'm sure somebody will find a spot for him somewhere, whether it's a minor league deal or something like that.
I'm gonna have to say it would have to be a minor league deal. I
Yeah.
mean, he struggled. He struggled with the
He
Dodgers that
struggled
year,
big time. Yeah,
except he came up huge in the playoffs, where
Right.
you would want him to come up huge.
yeah,
And
which
he
is why
did.
which is probably what earned him a contract in the first place.
That's exactly what got him his contract with the Red Sox. So, yeah, and did we even see him, Bill, in the Phillies series? I don't think
No.
he ever came in.
No, he didn't.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I saw him on the field. I saw him talking with a bunch of the guys on the field, but I don't know that I ever saw him in the dugout during the games. I mean, which is
Was
weird.
he on the roster?
What's that?
Was he on the roster?
I don't see. That's what I
I
wonder. if they
don't
didn't-
know either. They showed him in the dugout a ton. I'll tell you that.
I mean, they were in a 5-game series or a 3-game series.
5.
5 game.
It was 5. All right, so maybe they could have used him, I guess, but break glass in case of emergency.
No, wait. 5. It was a 5-game series.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
5-game series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's it was interesting to see. I don't know what's going to happen with Walker. He's one of those kind of guys. He's a lot like a Jock Peterson type of guy that just bounces all over the place. And what do you know, right?
Yeah, he'll end up. Walker will probably end up somewhere in like the AL or NL Central, or like a bottom feeder out in the NL West or something like that.
I could totally see him being a Giant. I don't know why, but I wouldn't want it, but I could see it.
We'd applaud the Giants for picking up Walker Buehler.
But I don't know. I kind of tend to. Obviously, Tommy John, he had 2. I mean, he had Tommy John before the Dodgers even signed him.
Mhm.
And then 2 years ago now, I think this was his first full year he was healthy. Coming back from I don't know. I don't know where he's at. He kind of reminds me a lot of Tim Lincecum's career, though, where they had like a 5-year run of this, and then boom, that was it.
Right off the cliff. Yeah, I mean that happens too. You get figured out. You can't you can't adjust, you can't make the right adjustments.
Yeah,
You get
it's
injured.
hard for them to
You
do
get
that
injured,
because they've had so
like you
much
said.
success with it.
Sometimes, not every player that goes for Tommy John surgery is going to come back and be dominant. Like
No, yeah, nope, doesn't
so
happen. Doesn't some of it just doesn't? It doesn't happen.
can't all be
So
Shohei.
The I don't know
yeah,
if you heard this, Mike, but I know Mikey knows this. But Justin Dean, the center fielder who put his arms up, like when the ball got stuck in Game 6, put his arms up, saved the game basically. He went on waivers and he was claimed by the Giants. He is now a Giant.
yeah.
Oh,
That doesn't affect me one way or the other. Great job by him for raising his arms when a ball is lodged.
was
But
it would it get on waivers or was it a Rule 5? Do they still do the Rule 5? Like,
They do
I
the Rule
think
5,
he
but he
just
was on
wasn't
waivers.
protected
all right.
off the 40-man roster, so it was just a free agent thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean the guy can run like the wind, so it'll be interesting to see what the Giants are
Because
considering there.
the Rule 5 thing's coming up pretty soon, so people are going to have to get their ducks in a row of who they really want to protect and
right.
who the ones they're going to try and hopefully hide. But it doesn't work
That's
out.
it. The Rule 5 draft is always an interesting thing because you can find some hidden gems on there.
Do you want to know one that the Dodgers lost in the 50s, maybe late 40s? Roberto Clemente was in the Montreal, was with the Montreal, whatever the Montreal Dodgers were back then. He was a Dodger product and wasn't protected on the, in the Rule 5, and the Pirates took him, and the rest is history. So,
Right. Interesting.
scary stuff. You just never know. So,
Yeah.
a lot of them, come back the other way.
Sure.
You
It
take someone off the
definitely
Rule
goes
5
both
draft,
ways.
you got to keep them the whole season, or you got to give them back to the original team. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's not an
I
exact
believe
science, that's for
Garrett
sure.
Whitlock was a Rule 5 that the Red Sox picked up from the Yankees. So, I always love doing that. Always love picking off the Yankees, especially when they turn out to be good players.
Yeah,
Oh, I tell you what, what's the kid, Cam Schuler or what? He's from your
Schlittler.
neck of the woods, yet he threw for the Yankees.
Cam Schlittler. Yep.
Yeah, and that boy's never going to have to buy a meal in New York ever again. But boy, when he comes back to New England, they're going to charge him double.
Yeah, from Walpole, I believe.
Mhm.
So, okay. So, side notes, since we're just going on side notes, Mike, I don't know if I sent you this today or not, but on the podcast today, super interesting guest was Gary Gaetti.
Oh wow! All right.
So, great guy, absolutely fun guy to talk to. You mentioned Nolan Ryan earlier. He said he told me, I think it was off air. He told me that he hit a home run off Nolan and he watched it, but it was because it was going to go foul, and he knew it was going to go foul.
But then it's
Apparently,
good.
Nolan took that in Nolan terms and then put one between the numbers on the next pitch.
Oof.
So Gary's like, "Yeah, I'll just run every time. Every time
Yep.
now, I'm going to just run when I hit
Yeah.
a home run."
Yeah.
So
They didn't
Nolan
call him
Ryan.
they didn't call him the Express just because he threw fast.
No.
No, can you imagine having to play those mid-70s Astros teams with J.R. Richard and him going like back to back?
Right?
And Mike Scott. Mike Scott. Don't forget Mike Scott, man. That guy was.
I think
that
he
guy
was
had
a
just as much
tad
of a
bit
temper as
later
anybody.
than those two. I don't know if they all three ever played together. But at the height of J.R. Richard before he unfortunately had his stroke, I mean, that guy was Bob Gibson. I mean, he was a freak.
Sure. Yep. It was I mean, we hardcore baseball people know his name, but longevity was not his friend, unfortunately.
Yeah, not at all.
But he definitely was dominant there for a little while with that team.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, Mike, I thought you would appreciate that.
Yeah, I
Oh,
was
He tells a lot
surprised
of
when
fun stories, and I
when
asked him one of the
yeah, I
questions
was
that,
surprised, Bill,
go ahead.
when you rattled off some of Gary Gaetti's numbers. I really was.
well, he had a long
Yeah.
career. He had quite a long career.
19 years.
Yeah.
I think
19
he said
years.
he had 340 homers or something like that. Though I didn't think he hit that many.
He hit, I'll tell you right now, and it was funny because we talked a little bit about the Hall of Fame, and he's like, some of the numbers that I have compared to some of the guys that are in, they're a little bit of a rival there. And I said, okay. And he was right when I looked him up.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I mean, he's like, we talk about the Hall of Very Good. I
Mhm.
think Gary is very close to the Hall of Very Good.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not in our lifetime, or we'll be older, but maybe he'll get in one of those, when they do the
Legacy, like the
old players,
legacy.
the legacy committees, and all
Yeah.
those kinds of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
2,280 hits, 360 home runs.
see, I mean, that's above. You're well above average with those numbers as a ball player in your career. I mean, is it Hall of Fame? No. I apologize to him. But he did play. So how many? They get one World Series? Did he get one?
Yeah, he won the World Series in 1987.
Okay. Yeah. Just Hall of Very Good for me, but that was better than what I thought. When you told me he hit that many home runs, I was like, "What?" I could
If
see
you
him being like a
extrapolate it, it's
250
only
homer
about
guy.
it's less than 20 home runs a season. Like that's not.
Yeah. I mean, he did. Yeah, he did well, and I mean, I gotta tell you guys, fantastic, beyond fantastic individual. Just salt of the earth kind of guy. Just it was
Right.
great.
He's the kind of guy that I feel like you could just that really you could talk about the game with a lot, and he's not going to just be like a boring guest.
No.
With the length of his career, with his impact, on the game for with the longevity of that career. That man, I'm disappointed that I'm gonna have to go back and listen to that.
It's on we have the audio on Spotify if you want it, or the video is actually on YouTube. I mean, it's a lot of fun. He's great guy, fantastic dude. It was a lot of fun to talk with him. And we're gonna get him on one of the digital dugouts where we'll do a Zoom where it's not recorded or anything, but he can tell some stories and then you guys can ask whatever questions. He was actually pretty excited about that.
Nice.
Awesome.
So it'd be good stuff. Good stuff. Well, all right. So let's go back to the awards real quick, and
so let's talk about what we're actually
we did a heads up
for.
sports cards top fan rivalry thing. Okay.
Welcome to Unraveling Baseball, Mikey.
Yes, thank you for being a guest.
Yeah.
Glad
to be here. You can tell I'm comfortable.
Yeah. So no surprises, at least in my thought patterns. No surprises on the NL or AL Cy Young Award winners. Skubal, honestly, the only one that I thought maybe was your boy, Mike. I thought
sure,
he might have more of a showing, but
they definitely battled. But I don't know why why Skubal was like far out ahead for so early, the odds on favorite, because they were neck and neck, the whole season, Crochet and Skubal. So
yeah. Well, and if you look at some of Crochet's numbers, I like them better than I like Skubal's, but it's kind of, some of these awards sometimes feel like a junior high school election. It's like a popularity.
Oh yeah, definitely, for sure. And I mean, Crochet had to pitch against the Blue Jays regularly, the Yankees regularly. I mean, and who's in the AL Central this year? Like the Guardians,
the White Sox.
Yeah, the White Sox. Like the competition just wasn't on the same level, I think. But like Skubal should have dominated. That's why Garrett Crochet was so good on the White Sox team, because he dominated a subpar division. But guess what? Then he went to like put his big boy cleats on and went and pitched in a real division, a real competitive division, and was just as good. He didn't take any steps back. He probably took a step forward this year.
Well, I know he pitched more innings than he had in Chicago.
Right.
So
They let him
that
loose.
could have
They
taxed him a little bit
didn't
towards
manage
the
him at
end
all. They
there.
just let him loose, and he had no problems with it. And he's going to do the same thing next year. Knock on wood. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt or anything. So
yes.
What's so funny? You could get hurt. Our Dodger pitchers know all about being hurt. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
That's why I have 75 of them. 75
exactly.
all-star
we
pitchers.
Get River Ryan and Gavin Stone back this year too.
Yeah. Mikey and I were talking today offline, Mike, about like, could you build based on, so the 1 year that we won, it was all the bullpen, right? It had nothing to do with starting pitching last year. This year, it was all starting pitching. The bullpen couldn't do anything.
I thought you were going to ask me if you could build like two different Dodgers teams based on the amount of players that are on the roster, injured and not injured.
We're thinking that just build the bullpen out of starting pitchers. Have like
seven. That's what I was talking about. That's exactly what I told my mom.
And have a closer, right? And so you have a 5-man rotation.
Yeah, you can only start 5 of them. You can even go to a 6-man rotation if you want, and then piggyback some of these starters out of the bullpen to pitch 3 innings.
Sure, yeah, you just draw names out of the hat. All right, here's the pitching lineup for the day. Yami, you're going the first 5. If it's a quality start, you might get 6, and then let's see who's coming in after Yami. Oh, so in the 3rd inning, we got Gavin Stone out in the bullpen warming up for the 7th.
Exactly.
Guys out in the bullpen when the phone rings are like, right? And
exactly.
They're out there going, "Hey, not me, man. I just ordered a pizza. It's going to be here next inning. You can just if you can handle this one, I'll take the next one, brother."
I mean, we talked about it last year where I'm like, Bill, this is an embarrassment of riches the Dodgers have for pitching.
Totally.
And then what happens within the first month? Half of the staff is gone.
Yeah.
So you need everybody. You need them all. The Dodgers wouldn't have done what they did without Emmett Sheehan or Justin Robleski or Landon Knack. I'm sure I'm missing someone big, but those guys pitched big innings for us, and made it so those other guys could be ready. I mean, you talk about Blake Snell and Tyler. Yeah, Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow and whatever. Those guys were fresh the last month and a half of the season. I mean,
they didn't have to be rushed back. They were able to take their time and get healthy the right way and come back and be able to perform to the best of their, to peak performance, because they didn't, they were able to nurse that injury because you guys were all set. You're well taken care of.
They wound up having fresh arms, I mean. So
I honestly, I like it. It is an embarrassment of riches, but it's all, I'll take it. I hate to be that guy, Mike, but I'll take it.
I know.
It's like us and our outfielders.
Frank McCourt years. I want it all now. Give it to us. We'll take 3 in a row. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes. Okay. Any other things? So I'm trying to think of any other things, because this is Friday Night Lights here at Top Fan Rivalry is always fun. Mike, it's later for you on the East Coast. It's 3 hours earlier for Mikey and I, although Mikey's already rolled up in bed with Big Bang Theory on probably and getting ready.
I do. You can't. Can you hear it?
No, but there it is right there. So Mike, one time, gosh, I don't know. I can't remember. No, we were live. We were actually on an Instagram live. Mikey and I created an entire Big Bang baseball team. Like, where would we play each of the 6 characters, plus kind of some of the ones that bounce in, like Stewart and things like that. and it was pretty comical. But I mean, if you're a Big Bang Theory fan, Mikey and I had you covered that night.
I am not a Big Bang Theory person, although I do identify as a nerd. For some reason, I just never got into Big Bang Theory.
Okay.
I feel like I would really enjoy it. I just never watched. I
Yeah.
just never got into it. Like I love superheroes. And like I love pop culture and TV and stuff like that. I'm not like a smart nerd, but I'm like a pop culture nerd for sure.
That's
There you
me.
go.
I'm a pop culture nerd, not a smart nerd.
Yeah. I don't know science and I don't know math, but
I just know Penny is fun to look at. So
we all love Kelly. We all love Kelly Kuko, who has baseball cards out there somewhere.
yeah,
I'm sure she's in it. I'm sure she's in an Allen and Ginter set at some point.
We gotta find that card, Mike. We find that card, we're sending it directly to Mikey.
Yes.
It's going directly to Mikey. We'll double, like we'll sleeve it for you, Mikey. We'll put it in bubble wrap. We'll send it on out to you. It'll be great.
Nice.
So
put it next to my Topanga card.
Okay. Now I can say it these days. She was phenomenally beautiful. I couldn't say it back then because I'm way older than her. So
I'm not. I'm younger than her by a couple of years. So
yeah. Now that I
she's
see
still
her,
my
though,
heart always. Topanga Lawrence, number one in. Only comparison is Tiffany Amber Thiessen.
No, I'd take Topanga. I'd take Topanga.
Only comparison is Kelly Kapowski in the ranking.
Wait a second.
Close.
Wait a second. What about Joey Potter or Samantha Maselli?
I don't know those names.
I mean, I was a big Dawson Creek fan, but
I didn't watch that.
Topanga still is head and heels above Katie Holmes.
Katie Holmes and Alyssa Milano, Mikey.
Oh, I do like Alyssa Milano, though. I do like Alyssa Milano. But
is that Charmed?
Yeah, man, Alyssa Milano, and she's a diehard Dodger fan too.
Yes, but so true story, Mikey knows this, but true story, Alyssa Milano was dating Brad Penny years ago when Brad Penny was a pitcher for the Dodgers.
Sure.
And apparently she broke up with him that year and started dating Russell Martin, the catcher. And so
that was good for the clubhouse.
Oh, I bet. Is that when Brad Penny got traded?
That's what they call the opposite of good for the clubhouse.
Yeah. Is that when Russell Martin throws down the 2 and he gets the 1 instead?
Yeah. He's like waiting for the deuce. Whoa, what happened? Dude, you took my girlfriend. That's what happened. Boom.
Give him the Framber Valdez treatment.
Yeah. Well, I love Friday Night Lights with Top Fan. This is always fun. We got to do more of this. But I am serious. For those of you that are listening to the replay, or those of you that are on right now, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, X, and or YouTube, please make sure that you're following Heads Up Sports Cards on all the socials. They do great box breaks. Get yourself into box breaks. We do them with Mike. Follow him. Follow what he does. He can look at packs of cards and just see by this much, we got something coming up, and he'll put it in the back. It's phenomenal. I still can't do that, but I'm he's light years ahead of me in that. And you got to follow Mikey Bleeds Blue. Daily Dodger content is absolutely amazing.
So let me ask you both this.
Yeah.
Since you're card breakers, box break, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
When you open up the old packs, do you eat the gum?
My brother eats the gum. My brother's eating the gum from like 87 tops. So is that like 35-year-old gum?
And he lived to tell it.
Yeah, he's still alive.
Yeah, no. So this is a true story, Mike. I don't know if you ever met him, but there's a Orioles guy that lives in Baltimore area. I've had him on a couple of times. You met. one of his friends when we met you the first time in Boston, and he had pulled out a pack of gum that was like literally stuck to the card, and it was not your typical color. It was like a little bit browner.
Oh,
and
sure.
he was like, okay, I'll, you put it up online and, let's do a GoFundMe. Let's see how much we can raise, and then I'll eat this gum or whatever. I'm thinking, nah, like when you're in your 40s, it's no more fun to I double dog dare you.
Yeah, right.
Did he eat it?
No, he never did.
Thank God.
He didn't raise enough money.
If it's not pink anymore, don't eat it. If it's still pink and has that
at
look
least not
to
that
it,
I'm aware of, but
if it was still pink, I would probably go for it.
Yeah, it wasn't
You
pink,
can
though.
you
It
can
was
get
like a
those
brownish
you can
color.
get those pieces of gum graded by PSA, by the way. So
Are you serious?
be careful taking them off of the back of the card. Don't crack it.
Oh, my word. Too fun. Well, fellas, I think we covered the awards. I think we covered everything else under the sun when it comes to.
I want to ask you one thing.
Yeah.
So Paul Skeens, what 10-10 he wound up?
No. Paul Skeens.
10 wins,
wound
10
up-
losses. What was his record?
Yeah, and that's a tricky one. I'm looking it up, Mikey. That's a tricky one because he plays for a team that is not.
No, I understand. But what I'm asking, was it 10-10?
I'm gonna look right now. It was.
Consolation. I'm no better off than I was 10 years ago. Oh yeah.
Season. Okay, it was. Oh. They give me a second because they only want to give me on one site. They only want to give me postseason, and Paul Skeens was not in the postseason. Right. I will tell you right now.
Excuse me. Sorry, Stuart. Hey, I'm in a hospital and I'm not the patient.
Okay, forget the postseason because, well, let's face it. We're gonna go to pitching, and we've got.
Yeah, he was 10-10, but he had a 1.97.
No, that's phenomenal. That is, but
Yeah,
it just you have to be that dominant to win Cy Young with a 10-10
with that record, totally. I
Yeah.
mean, he had a 7.7 WAR, which is crazy for a 10-10 pitcher.
Yeah.
So other numbers. Now that I finally got it up.
216 Ks.
Yep.
0.948 WHIP.
Yep. Opponent's batting average 199.
Yep.
The Pirates should be embarrassed for him. I mean,
Man, I thought that they were going to be okay. I just don't understand.
Yeah,
Because they're
and then they get rid of Cabrian Hayes and a couple others.
sure. Yeah.
starting-
Then they sold at the deadline. So now what?
Yeah, I mean, you're rebuilding a rebuild.
Sure. I mean, they have Connor Griffin. He's number one in the pipeline. But how is that going to translate immediately?
Yeah, it's no given.
Sure.
So Mike, what would you do with a guy like Uncle Larry? I mean, obviously he's going to retire, but do you bring him in early after he retires if he wants to and works with your younger guys?
Of course, yeah, special assistant, something like that. You know, a Jason Varitek-esque role.
Yeah. Even if he doesn't want to be in the dugout all the time, he can work with, kind of the assistant to the assistant's hitting coach or whatever.
Yeah. Assistant general manager.
Yeah.
No, assistant to the general manager.
Yeah. No, it's Paul Skeens, Mikey, his record didn't show at 10-10, but every time he came out, he was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I guess Zach Wheeler was close, right? Was he the other NL candidate?
And I think Yami was up there too. I think
I think Yamamoto took third.
Yeah.
Sure. And Yamamoto would have had similar where Bill, you mentioned how he had no run support all season, so I'm sure his record was reflective of that also.
Yeah. Oh, it was. There was so many games where he lost 2-1, 3
Right.
to 2, where they just did not score for him. But that's it is what it is, and it always seems to be one guy on the staff that it happens to, where that
Sure.
the guy you just don't score for.
Yeah.
And it's probably maddening for the offense and for the pitcher.
So, so Mike, 12-8, Yamamoto, 12-8, 2.47 ERA.
Yep.
Started 30 games, pitched 173 and 2/3 innings, 59 walks, 201 strikeouts, whip of .99, opponent batting average of 183.
Yeah, very
He almost
close.
pitched that many innings in the postseason.
Yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Yeah,
Let's see,
right.
how many innings did he pitch?
Just in game 6 and 7.
Yeah, exactly. He pitched 37 and a third innings in the postseason, which is amazing when you think of a starting pitcher that way, right?
Yeah.
In fact, he pitched the most innings of any National League pitcher in the postseason, and and the most actually in all of baseball for the postseason.
Pitching a complete game will help do that for you, though.
Yeah, a couple of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, a .78 whip and a 174 opponent batting average. That'll get it done, right?
You also did see that they said Roki Sasaki starting back in spring training again now. Well, he's going back into the rotation, so
yeah.
Oh yeah, they barely even met Roki this year.
Yeah. No, but he showed his mettle in the postseason, though. That kid, from when I saw him at the beginning of the year where it caught him crying in the dugout to where he is now, he grew up so much in the 4 months. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. I mean, the guy had 3 saves in the postseason. Get this, an earned run average of .84, a whip of 1.03, and an opponent batting average of 167. He pitched 10 and 2/3 innings, had 6 strikeouts. That's actually not bad at all. That's not bad at all.
Quite good for somebody who kind of went in cold. That's Julie the Cat-esque.
Yeah. Who? Blake Snell. Wow. I didn't realize this, but Blake Snell had the most strikeouts
In the postseason for the Dodgers, yeah.
Of any pitcher. How many strikeouts did Crochet have in the postseason?
Crochet?
Yeah. Because didn't he start one of the games for you guys?
Yeah.
So
And he had 10, I think, 10 or 12 in that game.
Oof.
Let me ask you this, Bill.
Yeah.
You were skeptical when the Dodgers signed Blake Snell.
Mm-hmm.
I was not. I was excited because I know, we know what he can be when you see him when he's right. Like he, was the best second half pitcher in baseball last year, really, for the Giants. I mean, the guy was unhittable and threw a no-hitter. But when, you start 1 or 2 games and then you miss the next 4 months, it kind of puts a damper on it. But what he did again after the All-Star break, I mean, he's everything I expected and more. I would just hope to get some more length out of him in a season.
Yeah. So, yes, is he everything I never knew I always wanted? Yes, he is, to quote Fools Rush In. But Mikey, what I saw from him was exactly like early on. What I saw from him was exactly what I was worried about. Because let's be honest, I mean, for the last couple of seasons, he's really, really struggled, right? To stay on the mound, to stay on, to pitch more than 4 or 5 innings, a lot of pitches, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
He did fine. So
I think it was a biggie for him to, Dave Roberts was going to come out and he's like, I'm good. Talked his way of staying in, and then got that big strikeout.
100%.
I just think, and the way I see him and Yamamoto study in between inning, I just think the guy is, if he can stay healthy, he's a Cy Young threat kind of guy. I mean, he just is.
Sure. I mean, he's a former Cy Young winner, so I mean,
Yeah,
usually
he's just got to stay healthy.
you should stay in that conversation generally, unless you just really fall off the cliff, or until you do.
Okay,
Yeah.
final thoughts here real quick. Mike, let me ask you this. In the last month, give me one or two of the best cards that you've pulled in the last month or two.
Ooh,
In the last month.
that I've pulled?
Yeah. In a break.
I mean, oh my gosh. I don't know, Bill. Too much on the spot here. I will show you a card. I'll show you a cool card though that I picked up recently. How about that?
Sure.
All
Please
right.
do.
My brother and I picked up a nice vintage here in 1958 Mickey Mantle SGC 4, which is a okay grade for this, but we're hoping that we can clean it up a little bit, resubmit it to PSA, get a better grade, make a few bucks on that.
How do you clean it up, Mike?
So my brother actually knows how to do that, not so much me.
Well,
you
if
can
you guys work
can
in tandem, only one of you needs to know how to do it.
right. You can press it, and then there is like some sort of special solution that's out there that doesn't damage the card that you can clean the surface and stuff with and everything. So you can press it to like clean up the corners and the edges and any creases and stuff that are in there. So I believe that's what he does. I did pull this the other day though too. Out of the brand new 2025 Topps Update Baseball,
Nice.
the little Dylan Cruz game used or player worn patch to 25. So only 25 of these in the world. You're looking at one.
Nice.
That's
How much is that worth?
I have no idea. Probably like somewhere in like the $20 to $30 range, honestly.
Yeah.
With only 25 of them being in existence, even?
Yeah, because it's just a patch, you know. I mean, there's other stuff that's more
And he's
thought
a
after.
rookie.
What do they want? Is blood in it?
So the good thing is that card has room to grow because Dylan Cruz is projected to be much better than he was this season. So if that comes to fruition, then his market will go up, and that could go anywhere, become maybe like somewhere in like the $80 range.
Yeah. We Mike, what's the kid's name? Cade Popovich or
Cade Povich
something like
from
that.
the Orioles,
rookie pitcher over in Baltimore.
Yep, Cade Povich. Yeah.
Cade Povich. We just pulled a rookie in the blaster box on Wednesday night. We pulled a rookie auto.
Nice.
Where do you guys go to get these? What store?
So you can go to, there are hobby shops around, like all over. They're popping up left and right now, but you can also go to your stores like Target, Walmart, Mayer if you're out in the Midwest. Stores like that all carry it. I don't know if the Barnes and Noble's out by you guys on the West Coast, but Barnes and Noble sells sports cards now. So a lot of different places are picking up sports cards in their SKU lineup. But there are also online retailers you can go on, most notably blowout.com or dacardworld.com. Shout out to those guys. You can go online and you can order like baseball card boxes, sealed boxes and stuff for them. Or this guy, his name is Tom Brady. He's opening sports card stores all over the country, believe it or not. It's called Card Vault by Tom Brady. Cheap plug for my other company.
Are you talking about the real Tom Brady?
The real Tom Brady, yes, the real Tom Brady. He's actually opening, I believe, 2 or 3 in California this year.
Okay.
in the Bay Area.
So you, Mikey.
Yep, he's opening in the Bay Area. They're opening actually this weekend at the Mall of America in Minneapolis. Just opened in Dallas. Started in Boston, in Foxborough, at Patriot Place. So, I do work for that company also. So
Wait a second. Why would he start in Boston? Do they know him much in Boston?
yeah, we know. I mean, the first store was at Patriot Place. He shut down TB12, opened Card Vault. No, he didn't. Actually, he just recently got involved in Card Vault a little more recently, like within the last year. Actually, I think they announced it. They announced it on April Fool's last year. So I
Okay.
woke up and I saw that Tom Brady was now part of Card Vault, and it was now called Card Vault by Tom Brady, and I was like, this is a joke. And no, it was not a joke. Tom Brady is a majority owner of the company.
Nice.
So
Nice.
He's got his fingers in a lot of pies.
he sure do. He sure do. That's the way he likes it, though. I think that like he's the kind of guy that like needs to be busy. When he could no longer commit himself 100% to football, which is what he wanted to do. Obviously, like he started finding other ways and avenues to fill all that time. So.
Well, and football cards don't hold their value like baseball cards and basketball cards do.
Unless you're a quarterback and you're a good quarterback.
Yeah, but if you get a defensive end,
Sure.
Yeah, you
If
can,
you get a good defensive end, you can sell them to me. I love defensive players.
There you go. So, well, fellas, it's been a good Friday Night Lights. We should do this again.
Yeah,
Get a few more
definitely.
people on.
Sure.
We'll give Mikey a little bit more heads up notice so that he'll want to sit in his chair. And Mikey, you really got to get a haircut, though, man. I'm concerned. It's growing out
Yeah, I know.
of control there.
I'm letting it go. I'm just gonna let it go.
All right. Well, we sure do appreciate everybody. Again, follow Mikey on Instagram, Mikey Bleeds Blue. Follow Heads Up Sports Cards on Instagram, and exactly, on Instagram and on predominantly on Facebook. He does a lot of breaking on Facebook. And then obviously follow Top Fan Rivalry. Subscribe
That's
to
right.
this. You can
Yes.
also go to Top Fan Rivalry if you want to know what we're doing. And I'm going to actually sucker punch Mike here for a second. But if you go to topfanrivalry.com and you go into the clubhouse, you can join in for free. We're going to put up articles, different things in the clubhouse. And I have it on good authority. The Top Fan Rivalry Sports Desk has let me know that Mike over at Heads Up Sports Cards will be writing an article for us here soon that we can post up in there. I don't know if his agents talk to our agents. I don't know what, but I'm just getting in my earpiece right now. So it's just, he's
breaking
got so much
breaking
free time
news.
on his hands.
When news breaks, we fix it.
Look at the hot stove starting early. The hot stove starting early.
Yeah, there you go. All right, fellas, stick around for 1 second. But we appreciate everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Have a great night, all.
Thank you.
So